everybody, how's it going? I'm the Timmeister and welcome back to the greater Timbukton region. In today's short episode, guys, we are going to go over a couple of things. So with the completion of Averdeen County, I decided that I'm going to split the series into different seasons. It just keeps everything a little bit more concise. So Averdeen County would be season 1, and we'll get into what's going to happen in season number 2 a little later in the episode. So stay tuned for that. First, I would like to say thank you guys so much for your continued support. All of you who continue to watch my videos, leave likes, comments, all that kind of stuff, leave me tips and suggestions. It's so appreciated. You guys are simply amazing. Without you guys, the channel wouldn't even exist. So I would just like to express my gratitude for the community. Also, thank you so much to the City Skylines community as a whole. The modders, the other content creators on YouTube and the Simtropolis and all those different platforms. You guys are absolutely amazing. So, basically what I wanted to get to in this episode is, this episode is essentially going to be an update on what's going to happen in the future. I'm also going to answer a couple of questions that I often get in my comment sections, so we'll get into that too. And last but not least, I would like to show you guys a brief overview of what we've built, what we've created so far in Aberdeen County. So I'll show you guys all the attractions in and around the town of Aberdeen and Aspen. Just show you a couple of cinematic shots. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I didn't feature in the series. So that's basically the timeline for this episode. So the first thing I want to go over is some questions that you guys often ask me in the comment sections of a lot of my videos. And the most frequent question that I get is, when is Aubrey City coming back? That's, by far the most popular question. And the answer to that is, it's eventually coming back, although I can't give you a definite timeline of when it'll be back. The issue with Aubrey City, it's a great city and it was a huge project, and I think it was quite groundbreaking in the City Skylines community. There was a lot of firsts, such as like the beach area and Chinatown. It's a really interesting project, but the biggest problem at this point is it's just so outdated. And basically what's going on right now is I'm working on it off and on, and I'm slowly updating what has to be updated. So like the industrial port area, the beach, those are so outdated. Like episode 1 of Aubrey City is like 2 years old now. So you can imagine just how outdated the props are and the buildings and all that stuff. And I mean, it doesn't really look that great in this day and age. So I'm slowly going over the city, and I'm not spending too much time on it. It's not one of my main concerns at the moment. I'd like to focus a little bit more on Timbukton for the time being. Another thing that's a little bit troubling with Aubrey City is, now that I look back on the project, the city has so much room to grow that I don't ever think that it would be possible to fill in the empty space that's available. So I would either like hit the building, or not the building, but like the road limit or the prop limit, and I don't even think that my computer could handle a city of that size. So that's one of the main reasons why I switched over to the Timbukton series. Is I think that it's a little bit more manageable than a multi-million population city. But with Aubrey City, I guess Aubrey City is what took off my channel. I've gained a large following, in Aubrey City, and I'm gonna be honest. I mean, the amount of views that I've been getting with Timbukton are a little bit lower than what I used to get with Aubrey City. As soon as I would release like a big highway video or something, the views just flocked in. So I mean, I understand that you guys got quite attached to Aubrey City, and don't get me wrong, I did too. But I just needed a little bit of a break from Aubrey City, and that's why I started the Timbukton project, just to sort of, change up the routine a little bit. because it had already been more than a year that I was working on Aubrey City, and I thought it was time for a little bit of a change. So, to put everything brief, no Aubrey City is not going away. It'll eventually come back, although I can't really give you a precise time when. Maybe this summer, this fall, but I can confirm that it is coming back. Now, another popular question that I get is, what LUT do I use? That is pretty simple. The LUT that I use is called Realistic, and it's an LUT that came out like 2 years ago. It's so old, and I still use it all the time. I've gone over like 30 or 40 different LUTs, and I have yet to find one to replace that one. I don't really like the looks of any other LUTs, and it's the Realistic LUT sort of grown on me. You guys are sort of familiar with the look that my cities have. It's like low contrast, sort of. I can't really explain it, but I think you guys get where I'm going with that. So that is the LUT that I use, that I've pretty much always used in all of my cities, or all of my videos. I'll put a link down in the description. Now, another question that I get really often is, what theme do I use in all of my videos? I've used a whole bunch of different themes. I'll always switch it up every once in a while, because I sort of get bored of my themes. The one that I've most recently switched to is called Temperate Coast, and that's the base theme that I use, but I use the theme mixer to change a couple of things. So in that theme, I wasn't really a big fan of like the water texture, the sand texture, and the cliff textures. So using the theme changer, I switched those around. Not too sure to what themes I switched them with, but nonetheless, that is the base theme that I use. The reason I switched to the Temperate Coast theme is because you have like the little sprite grass things now, and I think it adds a little bit of detail, especially in the POV drive video that you've seen recently. Without that, I think the video would be kind of bare, because there just wasn't any tall grass on the side of the highway, which isn't very realistic, because on the side of highways, grass cutting isn't really a thing. Maybe a couple times a year, a bushwhacker will go by and cut all the big bushes and stuff. But anyways, I'm just monologuing here. So yes, now the theme that I've recently switched to is called Temperate Coast. So I'll put a link down in the description for that as well. Another really popular question, and this is the last question I'm going to answer for now anyways. I might do like a Q&A at some point if you guys would like that. Leave a comment down below if that's something that you guys would be interested in. I'm not really sure how we'd organize that, maybe on like Discord or something, but anyways, that's for a later time. So yeah, the last question that I want to answer that a lot of you have for me is, when am I going to release a mod pack or a mod asset collection, whatever, on Steam? And the answer to that is yesterday. So I just released a Steam collection, and to my surprise, you can only fit 1,000 different items in a collection. So far I've created one, and I'm going to try to figure out a way to create multiple collections just to fit all of my assets, because I have over 3,000 at this point. So I'd have to make maybe like 4 different asset packs. So I'll eventually get around to creating more once I have the time, but I've created a base asset pack containing all the most important mods, and so that's also available on the workshop at the moment. You can download it. I'll put a link below, and just let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I've forgotten any really important assets or any mods that should be in there that I didn't include, because it is quite painstaking to create asset packs. I mean, Steam should really sort of develop a better way of creating custom theme pack or custom asset packs. But anyways, you got to do with what you got, right? So it's not a huge deal. So yeah, those are basically the most popular questions that I get in almost all of my videos, and I think it's about time that I answer them. So yeah, that's it for that. Now I'd just like to get into some future plans for the series and for the channel as a whole, and after that we'll move on to the Averdeen overview. So I'm pretty excited to be able to show you guys that, and I'm super excited to move on to season 2 of the series, which will be Burton County. And you know, to my surprise, by far that was the most popular choice that you guys chose in last video's poll. So basically for the series, so looking, you know, just like what I just said, Burton County won the vote for season number 2. So I'm gonna get started on that as soon as possible. Well, I already have gotten started on it, but I'm gonna start releasing episodes as soon as I'm done editing them. So that's gonna be a pretty big project, and I'm super excited to start moving into some more urban areas. Burton County will be the home of the city of Burton, which will be a suburb city of Timbukton. So that's going to be pretty fun. So basically, you know, that's the future of the series for now. I'd like to extend the life of the Timbukton series to at least the end of the year. So, you know, maybe around Christmas time, wrap things up and move on to the next series, and I think it's completely doable. I started releasing videos a little bit more often than I usually do, so about once a week, once every week and a half. I'm pretty busy during the week, so it's sometimes hard for me to you know, get the time to be able to do that, but I try my best, and you know, I try to take the channel a little bit more seriously than I did before, because, you know, I know you guys are always waiting for that next episode and you're anticipating some new content all the time, and I'm gonna try to deliver as much as possible, but so far I think I'm doing pretty good on that. So for the channel as a whole, what are my goals in the future? For 2018, I'd say my biggest goal, I'd like to reach 10,000 subscribers. I think it's something that's very possible if I put in the effort, and the biggest reason why I like to reach that milestone is as long as you have at least 10,000 subscribers, you unlock the YouTube community feature, and it's a new feature. It only came out like a couple of months ago, and that would allow me to better interact with you guys. So rather than releasing updates through my videos, if I just had like a little announcement to make or something, I could post a little you know, like a text comment, or, you know, like a post sort of thing that you guys would see in your news feeds. So you wouldn't actually have to watch through an entire video just to hear a little announcement or something. So it would enable me to do that a little bit more effectively. I could post some polls. I can, you know, ask you guys some questions. I can do all sorts of stuff. It would just allow the channel to it allowed me to get some better feedback from you guys, and to interact a little bit more with you guys. So that's my biggest plan for the future of this channel, and I think it's completely doable. But we'll see how it goes. You know, I'm pretty optimistic about all that. So anyways, that's pretty much all that I wanted to say. So now we're going to move on to the final part of the video, and that would be an overview of the town of Aberdeen and surrounding areas. So you guys are going to enjoy some awesome cinematics of what has been created so far. I'm also going to spruce up these cinematics a little bit. If you guys remember back in the first couple of episodes of Averdeen, I featured the old SimCity 4 map that I had created, which is identical to the Timbukton that I'm creating right now. Basically, I'm recreating the same region in City Skylines, if you guys weren't up to date. So I'm going to showcase some cinematics from both games so you guys can compare the old SimCity 4 town with the modern Averdeen. So I'm going to do that throughout the series. We'll do that with Burton County once we get started on that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So with that being said, I can't wait to see you guys in the next video once we get started on Burton County. and I'm gonna involve you guys a little bit more in that series because in the SimCity 4 version of Burton County, or what would be Burton County, there isn't really much. There's just farmland, and that's just about it. So I'd like to build some more towns, and I'd like to get your input on some more, on a couple of things in Burton County. So stay tuned for that, guys. So without that being said, guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel for much more content on the way. And until the next episode, guys, please take care.